Welcome back to the show, everybody. Well, XRP still showing off after a 20% surge yesterday. Could these two dates play a role in the XRP explosion? We got that and so much more. Somebody roll that beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content and digperspectives.com as well. So $2.84 trillion market cap for cryptocurrency. We're up 0.4%. And this is what I've been talking about. We're almost back to $3 trillion market cap for crypto. Remember, just over $3 trillion is where our all-time high for cryptocurrency market cap has been. So 72,000 all-time high for Bitcoin, 4,000 plus for ethereum now, and we see 102 billion plus for Tether market cap, which is certainly an all-time high. XRP at number 7 spot is 70 cents on the nose. We're up 11.7% on the 24-hour and 8.5 on the 7-day after a 20% surge yesterday, ranging between 61 and almost 62 cents on the bottom and 74 cents on the top. We're sitting at 69 cents right now, and you're going to love the technical analysts and the analysis that we've lined up for you today. Let's get started very quickly because I want to remind you guys, XRP Las Vegas, it's selling fast. And with these prices, you know, a lot of people were like, if the market moves, I'm getting tickets. Like, look, the tickets were going already. VIP has been sold out for over a week. The only thing left is general admission tickets and the after party tickets. So, and the future of digital asset benefit dinner tickets where you can have private dinner with Brad Garlinghouse and support the Chamber of Digital Commerce. Are you kidding me? Look, we're sitting down and doing this agenda and laying the agenda and the plan for the 2 days, and it's already softly laid out. This is going to be a remarkable experience, and we are going to touch on the very real things that are happening, like all of the new features to the XRP ledger. But let me just give you this right quick.
Counting down to XRP Las Vegas 2024, May 3rd and 4th. Join the XRP community. An all-star lineup of speakers. Ripple CTO David Schwartz. U.S. Senatorial candidate Attorney John Deaton. Link to COO Joe Endoso. Perry Ann Boring, Chamber of Digital Commerce. Lynette Zhang, Zhang Enterprises. The Honorable Christopher Giancarlo, Digital Dollar Project. Legal Briefs, Jeremy Hogan. CEO of Uphold, Simon McLaughlin. CEO of iTrust Capital, Kevin Maloney. And many others. Get your tickets now at XRPLasVegas.com. XRP Las Vegas 2024, be there.
No doubt. I am super excited for this, and I know a lot of you are as well. Get your tickets at XRPLasVegas.com. They are selling fast, no doubt about it. Last year sold out, so and with these prices moving right now, get your ticket, ladies and gentlemen. You are not going to regret it. And as we said, XRP's 20% advanced lead digital asset gains as the crypto rally expanded to this year's laggards. And they said also, obviously, AVAX, ADA, and DOT and LTC had experienced some gains as well. But we're focusing on XRP for today. And shout out to Coinbase for recognizing it. Now, what did that come from? We don't exactly know. There were people that hinted to the massive amounts of XRP moved through Binance to unknown wallets. I don't know if these are just things that happen. We also know that the BTFP or whatever, the funding for banks, was shut off yesterday. Today's the first day that that's not happening. Could all of these be factors? I don't know. But we are going to look at today, before we get out of here, a couple of dates that are in front of us that maybe they could have something to do with XRP price. We'll get into that in a second. But right here, I want to show this because in case you missed it with all the excitement, and I certainly did, XRP was running to the moon, and I was running right alongside of it. I was like, you keep your feet going, buddy. But while that was happening, USD Tether apparently lost its peg on Binance and slipped to 92 cents. I don't know why anybody isn't talking about this, Edo, but we're talking about it today. And if that did happen, we do have to wonder what happens to Tether, knowing that they have been sitting outside of prudential regulation for more than a decade. Again, just a highlight for all the newcomers here, that the Secret Service is partnered as well as the FBI with Tether, so that tells you that they are under some kind of agency capture. That's what I see, and we will see how that shakes and develops. I would think that there's some way they have to be brought under prudential regulation or unwound, and I would think bringing them under prudential regulation would be the much easier way to do it. So, but we'll see. Meanwhile, the SEC still at it again, but Coinbase hasn't stopped fighting. Coinbase has launched a formal appeal against the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission, criticizing the regulator's denial of its rulemaking petition and challenging the SEC's authority over the digital asset space. Not much has changed here other than the fact that Coinbase, thankfully, is still fighting the fight. That's what's going on here. And they're stressing the inconsistency that the SEC stance has been throughout the entire digital asset space. And it's absolutely spot on. Then there's more pressure here to expose the SEC for not being as clear as they could be. Apparently, there's only 3 different people that think there's clarity, and it's Gary Gensler, and it's the Aaron Kaplan from Prometheum, and Joseph Lubin. So everyone else understands that there is not clarity, and things are too vague, and the SEC is not defining crypto assets the way they should be. And in agreement now is the FDIC vice chair now urging the SEC to define crypto asset regulatory clarity. And he's not going to do it, Travis Hill. And I don't need to read this whole thing to you other than to say, forget the pressure on Gary Gensler to provide clarity. He is not going to do it. He is pushing this narrative because at some point, it has to force Congress to do it. And either Congress or FSOC. That's how this is going to go, ladies and gentlemen. So we know, and I want to highlight this, that I also covered, I think it was yesterday, either yesterday or the day before, that Perry M. Boring had sat down with Tony from Thinking Crypto and clearly said that she was 50-50 on stablecoin legislation passing by first quarter this year or by this year. But then she said in the interview, after hearing Janet Yellen recently speak, she's about 75% leaning in that we could see stablecoin legislation this year. So super excited, and I hope that that turns into 100% confirmation, because I think a lot of that will start to bring Gary Gensler back into where he needs to be and out of crypto for in large part. Not to mention the fact that I'm excited to see how regulators view stablecoins officially. That's a whole nother exciting conversation. But I want you to, this was really like perspective, right? Bitcoin surpasses the Swiss franc to become the 13th largest currency in the world. Hello. Oh, okay. Right? How's that for perspective, right? There's your digital perspective right there, isn't it? That is big. Now be careful, because the bigger you get, the more attention you get. And if you're not careful, the bigger the bullseye is. Kraken said yesterday, buckle up. This year could get interesting. Fingers crossed, says Kraken. And Brad Garlinghouse liked that bad boy. I said, all right, now we like seeing that. You go, Brad. Brad Garlinghouse was just as bullish as everybody else yesterday. I think he was excited to see things take off too, as he was quiet for a while here on X, but he was out in force yesterday, and it was great to see it. And he also added this. He said, BTC ETF volumes have been soaring. We're due for a halving, and the broader crypto market is following Bitcoin's lead, in parentheses, as historically been the case. As someone who has experienced multiple cycles of crypto is back, it's imperative this bullishness go hand in hand with real-world utility. That's the real and inevitable march of progress. And being that we're in March, I love this. This is nice right here, Brad Garlinghouse. You go, man. March to progress. I like it. Yes, we like it a lot. Yeah. And shout out to Brad for his thoughts there. But now let's get into some TA, and we're going to look at some different TA here. For one, I want to give you the most recent here from the one and only XRP Crypto. Shout out to you. This right here is the bull's previous task was partially achieved. What we need now is for XRP not to close below 66 or 65 cents. Got it. That's what we need. The next bull's task is to bounce the bouncy bounce range, which this propel XRP to the 0.618 Fibonacci level of 94 cents, and then a retrace, and then above $1. Loving that for us. Now let's go to this, because this is another highlight here from XRP Crypto, the color code to $1.40, which is basically what he's talking about in the previous one. 66 cents, 70 cents, 75 cents. These are areas we're looking for, right? Let's keep going. Then we have this from XRP Captain, who points out, in a more macro look, waiting to break 89 cents. And when we break 89 cents, he says it's XRP bullish time, which could propel us to that $14, $15 range that he's showing on the chart here. So 89 cents for XRP Captain is a key level to get above. And when that happens, he sees a real hard signal showing that we could make that $14, $15 range. Well, what's interesting about that is going back to XRP Crypto we just covered yesterday, shows here and says, I don't like game of timing. And you know what? We're not going to hold his feet to the fire. But he's just trying to show us what he's seeing as a potential, right? As an indicator. It doesn't guarantee anything. So I just want to make sure, look, we're grateful for these guys sharing this information, right? But we can't hold them to the fire. They're not, they don't know. But they're looking at what the charts are showing, and I appreciate that. So here we see, don't like the game of timing. It's like throwing darts blindfolded. Guessing the market's timing is challenging. However, I'll take a shot, and I appreciate him taking a shot. He said the breakout move could push the price to 17 bucks. My rationale is Bitcoin hit an all-time high, which it did, and might pull back slightly before continuing upward. Therefore, my window of opportunity for XRP is still between April to July. That's for the first breakout to 17 bucks. Now the yellow ascending triangle, right, which we'll get into in a second here, but the yellow ascending triangle, the breakout move could push the price to $27. So if you look at that, which is around 100 times the 28-cent mark, I understand that 99% may not comprehend that 2025 will be the year of utility bull run. My rationale is that Bitcoin will reach a cycle top of around 200,000. Whoa, I love that for us. I got some exposure to that. I'm like, yeah, you let that run, which is 10 times from the 2017-2018 cycle. And let's understand this. 10 times in the crypto space is nothing, right? It is. It's really nothing. We've seen things like this, incredible gains, 40, 60,000% gains for XRP in its history. So to say these things is not that hard to see as a potential possibility. It will have multiple pullbacks. Don't forget that. It will have multiple pullbacks due to washing out leverage from the system, with a 30% pullback being the norm. So therefore, my window of opportunity for XRP will be Q4 24 to Q1 25. Now, I love this just based on the fact, and if I could, I'll just go into here, right? So you can see the two different triangles here that are set up here showing where we could end up, right? So it's pretty remarkable to be in this spot. But what I love about XRP Crypto laying this out here, that Q4 24 to Q1 25 reminds me of 2017 to 2018, where we had the biggest explosion in price appreciation. So that much I am super tickled about. And then I want to leave you with this. Listen to Block Bull right here lay this down. This is quite interesting right here. Take a listen to this idea of what could be happening and the potential dates that could play a role in XRP price explosion, and potentially hiding that fact as well.
So here we go now. We've got the XRP daily. Got the chart here. Got the green fractal, I believe we're going to set off any day now. Got the
Now, the green fractal is the 2017 to 2018 price chart copied and moved over here because it potentially looks like that kind of setup again to a lot of these technical analysts like this guy right here. But take a listen to what he says about the dates, about March 22nd, which we know is when the automated market makers will be amended and become a permanent part of the XRP ledger, lining up with that potential breakout right there. Then listen to where the second potential breakout lines up with.
22nd of March is when the automatic market maker goes live, filling all the liquidity pools. We're going to fly up, hit $3.20, take out the 2018 highest daily close, retest the 2021 highest daily close at 196, and then we're going to reach the peak of the full extension of the Fibonacci on the 29th of April. And that's going to be the interim peak. Then it's going to fizzle out through the summer, always dries up through the summer, and then it's going to set off just before the US elections, and it'll peak out completely.
I mean, that's pretty remarkable. Think of it for a moment. Think of the idea that if he's right, that the elections, there's a huge breakout for XRP and almost no one would know it because they're consumed with the elections themselves. Think of it for a moment. We could all be going to, no guarantee, we could all be going to the moon while the rest of the world is paying attention to an election that obviously, from where I sit, has been, manipulated to a great extent multiple times in a row. So I don't know. It just, when I see that kind of event potential to take place during some other massive distraction, the cynic in me says there may be something to it. I don't know. We'll have to watch and see if it shakes out. But I tell you, it's super exciting to be able to watch it. Now, look, we're going to visit to the Freedom Zone, digperspectives.com. I really hope you will join me. Not only is it a great way to support the channel and understand that we address things with censorship inside of here that we can't do out here on the platform, especially what we're going to talk about today. A leading advisor for the World Economic Forum. They've gotten so comfortable, you're not going to believe what's come out of his mouth. And you know what the sad commentary here is? Because I'm a monetized influencer, that guy's allowed to say it and nothing ever happens to him. But I have to talk about it behind a paywall because I have to be concerned about censorship because I disagree with him. And we're going to get into that right now in the Freedom Zone, digperspectives.com. Come on in. Not financial advice from me or anyone else. All